Hey, this is Mitch with Encapsulations Down Under. Are you having trouble with water in your crawl space? Are you unsure where it's coming from? Are you unsure of what you need? Then you've come to the right place. Stay tuned. Okay, so what we're going to look at first is the foundation wall right here on our little mock-up. We have outside grade, we have the house floor, the footer, and some other drainage stuff. But I want to get into crawl space waterproofing, that term. We're not waterproofing the crawl space. We're doing a water management system. This is what's done in the industry. There are some companies that do external waterproofing, but you have to rip up the landscaping, remove the sidewalks and everything. It can get very expensive very quickly. So a more traditional approach is the water management system. It's letting water in, but once it gets in, we deal with it appropriately. Now that we've determined crawl space waterproofing, let's look how it matters with a crawl space encapsulation. First, we need a proper water management system before any encapsulation. Even if there's no signs of water, it's still a great idea to at least add a sump pump or one of our many other solutions that we're going to show here, because if a heavy rain does come and you're not protected, it could damage and ruin a lot of the encapsulation, thus costing you more money. Okay, so now we're going to figure out, where is this water coming from in my crawl space? If you have a heavy rain and it's heavy pour, you're going to have water that starts to saturate right along your home. This is due to the bull effect. They had to dig all this dirt out and then have to backfill it. It is not going to be as hard as some of the dirt further away from your home. So water tends to pool here because it's not as compacted. So hydrostatic pressure is the pressure that's put on groundwater and begins to push it into the foundation or through the foundation or even under the foundation. This is what mainly, or where most of your water actually comes from. So now that we've established where the water is coming from hydrostatic groundwater pressure, we are going to see what can we do about it. First things first, we need to take these downspouts, get them 10 feet from the home on all areas. If this is allowed to come back and backflood back into your house or towards your home, that's a horrible disaster waiting to happen. You also want to worry about grading. Let's get the grading appropriately away from your home as well. That is step one. Now that we've established actually what we can do about the downspouts, we're going to look at the next least invasive step. This is called a sump pit and sump pump. A sump pit is 24 inches deep, typically by 18 inches wide, and it has holes in it. You dig into the ground itself and put it at the low spot in the crawl space, so any water that naturally is coming up through here will flow into the holes first and then effectively get pumped out by the sump pump, which has a flow valve and kicks on as needed. This is a very good solution to catching water that's localized or in one area, but the biggest limitation to it, it's not going to catch water that's coming in all the way on the other side of the crawl space. So it needs to be for localized single pooling or single standing bits of water. Now that we've covered downspouts and sump pumps, we're going to look at an interior Fringe drain, a footer tile, or a perimeter drain. What this is a corrugated pipe, is perforated, has holes in it. A trench is dug all along your footer completely and then filled with gravel with the pipe and more gravel, basically creating a cavity so water can flow into and begin to naturally flow up into the pipe and to travel. This is the directing force to get the water to the sump pump. It's very effective at catching water from all areas, which is the sump pump's biggest limitation. As you can see here, we have a footer tile or a perimeter drain installed, and that's naturally pouring the water into the sump pump. Sump pump is effectively pumping it out. Here's the gravel around the pipe, and it's super effective. It's the most comprehensive setup for waterproofing, and it's going to keep your crawl space dry. In closing, we have covered where the water is coming from, groundwater and hydrostatic pressure, and we've covered what we can do about it. Make sure your downspouts are far away, potentially install a sump pump, or if needed, an interior Fringe drain. We've also covered that a water management system should be installed before any crawl space encapsulation is performed, and we've also explained crawl space waterproofing is kind of a play on words. It's not officially waterproofing anything. If you have any questions or anything, give us a call. My name is Mitch. I'm the owner of Encapsulations Down Under. We are proudly serving the central Indiana area. Thank you and have a wonderful day.